Man, so let's just start off the interview by asking you about your visa issues. You had some problems back in January, I think it was. Just talk about that.
Yeah, well, we knew it was a long shot coming in just because it was the holidays and, getting a visa and all that takes about 2 months usually. We tried to push it and they weren't ready to do any special occasions for me. And I had to go through the normal process of anybody else. So my visa actually came in like 2 weeks after the fight. So it's, I think everything happens for a reason. And this time I was able to get a real camp in, and I'm ready to go out and show what I have.
Okay, cool, man. So next up for you, you'll be facing former WEC, Elite XC, Strike Force, and Ultimate Fighter 14 fighter Bryan Caraway. Just talk about his MMA game.
I think he's well-rounded. I think where his strong suit is on the ground. He's very, very confident there. His striking, I see some holes in there, and we'll just have to see. I don't want too much game plan. I'm not too much of a game plan kind of guy. I just like fighting, so we'll see. I looked at what he does, and usually fighters, even when they try to, be a better fighter, there's still those little things that they always do naturally, and that's what I try to look at when I look at fights.
Okay, man, so we had Bryan on the show last night, and we asked him what he thought about you, and he said he's looking forward to testing himself, but he feels you've just fought regional guys. What do you think's going to be your biggest obstacle making your way to the UFC here?
You know what? I really don't know. I don't know. I think I'll have to answer you that question. Answer you that question after my fight, really.
Right. Joe Rogan is always throwing out the term octagon jitters. Do you believe in octagon jitters?
Yeah, sure. I believe in octagon jitters, but I believe I think what I've been really focusing on is actually those jitters and those feelings. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I will be. Anxiety will kick in. It's a different venue. It's the biggest show, for an MMA fighter. So yeah, but I'm not trying to hide those feelings, and I'm actually trying to enjoy the process. And again, I'll just have to, I really don't want to make excuses anyways. So I think I'm ready for this fight. I put the time in. I did everything I could. I went, I trained with, top level fighters this camp, and I feel confident coming in this fight.
Okay, man. So when will you be flying out to Calgary?
I'm flying tomorrow. I think my flight leaves at 11 from here, and I should be in Calgary by 4.
Okay, cool, man. So how's the weight cut going? How much weight will you have to drop by Friday?
The weight cut's good. I'm 149 right now, and I'm 149 because I'm water loading right now as well. So weight's probably not that accurate right now because I'm sodium. I'm putting a lot of sodium in my body and a lot of water in my body. So the weight's probably not accurate right now. I'll have a better understanding where I gotta cut how much water. But I think this is one of my best. By far my best cut. I didn't do it too fast. I don't feel drained. I was able to train properly. My first cut to 135, I felt always drained, always scared of not making the weight. Now I know where I'm at, and I know how much I can cut comfortably and not overdoing it. And I think I'm right where I should be.
Okay, man, and just talk about who you've been training with and who will be in your corner for this fight.
Well, guys I've been training with a lot was, I tried to train with guys my size, or, the Bryan Caraway's size, at least 5'8" guys, and I've been training with Lyndon Whitlock out of Hamilton, Josh Hill out of Hamilton, Antonio Carvello out of Oshawa, Adrian Woolley from that place, and just guys from my club as well. But I tried really to put, there's not a lot of guys my size in my club here in Sudbury, so I had to change my camp a little bit, just because I felt that I needed it for many reasons. 135's the speed, everything is just totally different from sparring against a guy that's 155, 170, from guys that are a little smaller, my size, that will be able to, simulate that speed, that quickness, that, the scrambles. So that's where I've been at pretty much my camp. But my coaches, Yves Chaudette's been in my corner right from the beginning. Very great coach. My wrestling coach, Andy Lalone. Can't ask better from a wrestling coach. And a new guy, a new addition to our team, Richard Monkey Nanku. He's our jiu-jitsu coach, and he's been helping me a lot with my ground game, and a lot of improvements has been made. So I'm pretty happy.
Have you ever considered heading, I don't think it's too far from you, to the Adrenaline Training Center and training with guys like Chris Hordecki and Mark Hominick?
I've trained there before. It was just a matter of, my next camp, I'm hoping to really organize my camp a little bit better. Not saying that my camp wasn't great; it was awesome.
Right.
The camp was awesome, but I mean, just getting some training camps at various clubs, and really making sure that there'll be guys there when I'm down, and just we'll see. I like the way this camp with the guys from Oshawa and Hamilton. It was incredible. The camp was awesome. Everybody was, very, very good support there, and here as well at my club. Everybody was, there to help me out, and yeah.
Okay, man. Did you attend the Fight Summit in Las Vegas last week?
No, I haven't. No, I was training, and I didn't want to take it. I just didn't want to be in that situation. I was going to enjoy it. I'm on a hard cut. Plus, I wanted to train. It was 2 weeks away from. I didn't want to take away my training, so I asked them if I could, take a step back and.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. Kind of crazy, some of these guys. You're in a camp and you're 2 weeks out and you're going to an office meeting. Yeah,
I didn't really, get that, and I wasn't gonna take 3 days. You gotta look at the jet lag, I wasn't in the mood, first of all, to sit down at a table for X hours. The experience wouldn't have been great. If I would have been able to eat the food I wanted at their buffets and stuff, yeah. But right now, I would have looked at everybody. It wouldn't have been a good experience. I don't think, anyways. So hopefully, I could do the next one.
Okay, and just talk about, you're making your UFC debut, but you're making your UFC debut in Canada, 20,000 seat arena, Calgary, Alberta. Just talk about that.
Oh, it's a rush, man. It's I think when I get into that venue and I hear every little footsteps, every little roar, I think it's gonna be exciting. I'm just, that's what I fight for that feeling, for that energy. It's amazing. So I think I'll be amped up. Anxiety will kick in. All these butterflies will be smashing into my stomach. But you know what? I'm ready for it. That's why I fight, for the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I think this fight is really going to put you on the map, because Bryan hasn't had many fights in the UFC, but he's a bit of a name guy. He's always causing some trouble on Twitter with the whole Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey thing. He really made a name for himself by talking some talk. So I'm sure you'll have a lot of fans wanting you to win this fight.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't really look into that situation that much, but it's for sure. It's gonna propel me up there just because of who he is and what he done. You know, he's still a vet.
Yeah.
He fought a lot of you know, great fighters, and you know, he has a lot of experience. But I think my tenacity and my you know, my hunger for this is going to overcome that.
Okay, and final question here. Give me a prediction on the fight. How will you win it? How will you finish it?
You know what? I always said I try to finish fights as fast as I can, and that's my prediction. I want to finish this fight quick. I want to be explosive. I want to be in his face, and I'm going to capitalize on any mistakes he makes. For how I finish it, we'll just have to see, but there will be a finish, and I'm planning on doing it quickly.
Okay, man, any sponsors you'd like to thank or promote your Twitter or Facebook?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Tap Out Burlington, Wacky Wings, Day Construction, Summit Drilling, my coaches, my family being there, and yeah, check me out on Twitter, Mitch Gagnon UFC, and yeah, man, tune in.
Yeah, for sure, man. Gonna be a good fight. Okay, so it's this Saturday night, and how can fans watch it?
I think I'm the opener for the Fox event on FX. I think I'm the opening tilt. So yeah, you can watch it on Fox FX.
Awesome, man. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Okay, see you soon.